Hello everyone. On this channel, I feel that information about what is happening in China is often not correctly conveyed to countries other than China, so I will be disseminating the information I have gathered in English. Also, English is not my native language, so I use an AI speaker to create the voice to convey the information correctly. I'm very happy that it seems that everyone's eyes are on it little by little. As the world's situation becomes unstable, I feel frustrated that information about the economic superpowers is not properly disseminated overseas. This time, I will explain about the expansion of the territory by land reclamation in the South China Sea. The Chinese Communist Party is using the media to advertise to the world that Japan is destroying the environment. The Communist Party has been implementing propaganda activities as a national strategy that will make Japan's image worse. On the other hand, the Chinese Communist Party is building military bases in the South China Sea by reclaiming the territorial waters of other countries. The landfill is being criticized around the world for destroying the ecosystem. Late last year, news reported that the Philippines had expressed serious concern over China's resumption of land reclamation in the South China Sea. In 2016, an arbitration court denied Chinese sovereignty. Therefore, we have taken the position that we are not openly conducting new landfills, but the United States, which is monitoring China, is collecting images. The image is provided to the Philippine government, and it seems that there is a trend that the Philippines criticizes China. Despite China's denials, a Chinese ship carrying an excavator has been spotted sailing. And as new land is being discovered on the sea, this is making new landfills. It clearly violates Philippine interests, but China claims that it is groundless. Even though there is evidence, they are running away with obvious lies, such as their own environmental destruction and the act of ignoring the judgment even though it was denied in the court. It has also been confirmed that the Chinese Communist Party is poaching red coral. Overfishing of corals is an act of environmental destruction. In response, the Chinese Communist Party insists that the security and interests of the people should be properly guaranteed. It is shameless to insist that we should protect our profits and safety when we are poaching and destroying the environment. The Chinese Communist Party is a criminal state that is propagating Japan's environmental destruction even though it is doing nuisance, aggression and destruction to foreign countries. The Chinese Communist Party has become a country of little merit to Japan anymore. The problem is that there are politicians who cannot have an equal dialogue with the Communist Party. Japanese people can hardly speak English, so if they are advertised to the world in English, they cannot know what kind of activities they are doing. I don't think it's necessary to respond favorably to a country that continues to promote negative publicity about Japan and is violating its territorial waters. In any case, I think that the Japanese people also need to have a correct understanding of China. I'm running out of time, so I'll tell you one more thing. There is a flood of applications for social insurance refunds in China. China also has medical insurance and pensions. The amount of monthly payment and the age at which you can receive it are also decided. Rumors spread that such conditions would be tightened in the future. Rumor has it that the amount you receive is likely to be less than the amount you paid. By the way, the current topic seems to be unrecoverable unless you live long to the early 80s. With life expectancy in China still below 80, many people are better off saving for themselves than paying for a pension. People who thought it would get worse in the future took action to request a refund of the pension they had already paid. The same is true in Japan, but the age at which you can receive benefits will be raised, and the amount of money that will be refunded will decrease. There are people in China who work flexibly. It's like the people who work for personal delivery jobs like Uber Eats. Those in these precarious jobs appear to be demanding reimbursement. The Chinese Communist Party has repeatedly done the opposite of what it declared a few years later. When the one-child policy was in place, the population was controlled by fines from the second child, and in some regions, pressure was applied to families. But now I'm telling you to increase the number of children more and more. In China and developing countries, Giving birth to a child included the meaning of old age insurance. I can't trust anyone other than my family, so having many children also meant leaving the possibility that I would be taken care of when I was old. When the one-child policy was in effect, the government said it would be okay to have fewer children because the government would take care of them in their old age. Now I'm saying the exact opposite: have more children and don't rely on the government for your old age. This kind of policy will not guarantee the current social insurance in the future. I think it's only natural that people want to have their money refunded unsecured now rather than in the next few years or decades. Especially considering the current geopolitical risks in China, I do not know if the Chinese Communist Party government itself will exist. Perhaps the Chinese themselves do not believe in China's future. That's all for now. See you next time.